Hi everyone, Maddie here from DCLblogger.com. In this video I'm going to be covering the Axie Infinity land sale. So Axie Infinity, I've been watching them for a while now, over a year, and keeping an eye on the volume that they're doing. I like to keep my eye on projects that seem to be consistently growing. I can see that the developers or the moderators are continuously providing value to the community. I can see fans that are, pretty interested in playing the game. Axie Infinity also have a partnership with Decentraland, if you don't know that. So they'll be coming to the virtual reality world. But recently, I think just a couple of days ago, they kind of just started off their pre-sale for their land. So if you don't know what Axie Infinity is, I would suggest to read one of my previous articles. Where is it? Here you go. Why people are spending thousands of dollars on Axies and why you should pay attention. It's a pretty popular article in terms of Axie Infinity. It's got a lot of views, 4,000 plus views, 75 shares. So definitely check it out because it goes through why Axie Infinity, what Axies are. So it seems to be like a virtual pet. They're trying to create like a world around owning a virtual pet. Okay, so about a year and a half or a year ago, I think about a year and a half ago, you could buy these pets. And then after a while, they introduced different features like battling and all that kind of stuff. And now recently, they've introduced the ability to buy land terrariums where you can keep your Axies and, in different places and have items and stuff on your land. Go defeat chimeras and go participate in quests and all that kind of stuff. So they're attempting to continue to build on the world, create on the world. Anyway, so far this is the land sale. Okay, I have so far what I've done personally, and obviously this is not investment advice, guys. I'm just going through like what I've personally done. I don't invest in many blockchain games initially, to be honest, because I'm more interested in a proven economy. I'm more interested in a marketplace that's thriving, that has a lot of volume, so that I can get involved and understand that marketplace and try and make some money in between, or participate or understand what the value is and see if there's any opportunity within this world that I can participate in. But Axie Infinity itself, what they've done is they've held a land sale where you can buy any one of these 300 by 300. The world itself is 300 by 300, squares wide. And if I zoom all the way out, this is the map itself. Oh, this is just a quarter, the first quarter of the map. So the land sale is going to be actually split into 4 different bits. The first land sale is going to sorry, you can buy them individually, but the sale is only for the first quarter, which is about this top left bit over here. Then again, it's going to be the next quarter, second quarter of the year. They're going to auction off or start the pre-sale for the next quarter of the map, and then the third, and then the fourth. So each one of these lands, you can kind of have they're all split up into different areas. You've got Savannah, which is these far orange colored lands. They're very, very cheap, 0.05 Ethereum for a single parcel of land. Mystic, okay, I'll go in order. Forest, which is the green ones. You have Arctic, which is the white ones. Mystic, which are 1 Ethereum each for a single plot of land. And then you have a Genesis land, which you have a chance of getting. You can't actually buy Genesis lands, but they're basically at the border of this Luna's Landing, I believe it's called, this middle bit over here. But they're at the edge of this map. Okay, now not many people have these Genesis lands, and a lot of people are trying to find them. But basically, that's the deal. So these are the lands I bought. I bought 100 Savannah lands, and you can see that if you buy them in bulk, so if I go to purchase, and if I click on 100 and I click buy, they'll group them together. So you'll have 100 pieces that are next to each other. Okay, so far, one of the users shared this. You can see all the lands that have been purchased so far within like a day, or maybe a day and a half. This is all the lands that's already been sold. So a lot of the orange is gone, a lot of the green is going, and a lot of the Mystic seems to be quite popular, even though it's expensive. I guess the really interested players are getting into it and buying them. But anyway, let's kind of see what we can do on our land. I know I've talked about it, but let's see if I can find it. Here we go. So this kind of goes through the land sale and what the whole concept of buying land in this world does. Lunacia, maybe we'll call it Lunacia, I don't know how to pronounce it. Lunacia is represented as a 301 by 301 grid. Okay, this whole thing's 301 by 301. 25% of the land will be claimed in the first land sale. Prices will be at least 10% higher in future sales. So currently they've got it at a discounted rate. Luna's Landing is owned, so Luna's Landing is the middle bit, is owned by Lunacia's High Council and will be used to incentivize content creators and host a variety of world events. Pink squares are public resources, nodes, and chimera spawn locations. These lands will also play a role in hosting dungeons and world events. These pink squares are places where they can hold different events, have chimeras spawn, and all that kind of stuff. So I guess if you got land connected to there, it'll be pretty interesting. Roads will speed up travel by 300%, which is a really good idea. It incentivizes people to use the roads and therefore increasing exploration kind of visibility to lands connected to those roads. Up to 100 chests of a certain land type can be purchased at a time. All chests that are bought together will contain lands that are connected to each other. Okay, so this is what the land kind of looks like. Each kind of chest you buy will come with land and 8 or 10 items that are either common, rare, epic, or mystic in nature. Okay, so these items you can use to decorate your land, and they give you certain boosts, so your Axies can, beat. Maybe they'll have critical attacks if there are certain type of Axies, depending on that particular item, etc., etc. Harvest, mine, and build. Defeat chimeras, PvP battles, play with friends, etc., etc., guys. So basically what I'm interested in personally is the whole world. Okay, so this world, the lands amongst it, what is this going to look like? I hope eventually this comes to the virtual reality world. That'll be really, really cool. But even though I really like the concept of expanding the use case of these Axies beyond just kind of feeding them and doing all that kind of stuff, then you can go on adventures and all that kind of stuff. So let's kind of go through my inventory, what I've purchased so far. We can try the demo actually. Give you a bit of a sneak peek as to what this looks like. Located in the center of the map, Genesis land is extremely rare and it is capped at 220 plots. Okay. So these are the items you can get: common, rare, epic, and mystic. I'll show you what I have very soon, as soon as this loads. So you got this. So these are all different items. You can see this is an item. Statue of Silvergale. It's a mystic item. You can get that. You can moon crystal, rare, a mineral from the moon. Send a SCV to harvest it. Just a piece of wood. Traditional decoration found in Zen gardens, etc., etc. But that's your Axie. You can kind of move it around, and eventually you can probably feed it, breed it. You can breed them at the moment, which is a lot of what seems to be what people are doing to kind of get Axies that are purebred, get Axies that are certain types. So let's kind of go through my inventory. Hopefully that loads. So what I did is I bought 100 rare or Savannah packs because it is 0.05 ETH. So I invested 10 Ethereum, kind of invested in 5 Ethereum, then 3, then 2, then 1. So 5 Ethereum went towards Savannah packs, 3 Ethereum went towards Forest, 2 Ethereum went towards Arctic, 1 Ethereum was a Mystic. And I got some cash back and some Ethereum back, so I reinvested that to get more land. We'll go through my land later on. But basically, each one of those chests packs came with about 10 items. And you can see like each item has a number on it that tells you which number that is of that particular item. And really cool is I have a few items that were the #1 rolls. So these items, this one right here, epic #1, that means that I had the first one that came out of this particular item. That is so cool. I got a few of these. I got that. Got #2 of this, which isn't too bad. I got #1 of this, sword in the stump, epic. #2, thick cactus, which is pretty funny. And I've got another #1 somewhere if I can find it. I think it's a rare. #5. Where is it? Where is it? This one, yeah, number one, rare bullseye with blue arrow. So that's pretty cool. I was one of the first to open these packs. I remember as soon as I bought them, as soon as they became available to buy, I was just like opening them straight away, trying to get the lowest number roll. And I think other people caught on and were doing the same, because I know that Ethereum value certain Ethereum based on the number that they were discovered. So if they discovered number one, then they're actually a lot more expensive, a lot more valuable than the other ones because they're a collector's item. Okay, so that being said, I've got a few number ones, so I'm pretty happy about that. In terms of my land, guys, I invested, my strategy was to get a big estate size, because in Decentraland, if you have more land connected to each other, it increases your build height. But in this case, because there's going to be a market for individual indie developers to come in and kind of explore with, explore and build certain other items and I guess other things on Axie Infinity, I was hoping that this will be more attractive to developers if they want like a huge piece of land that they can build on, and other investors. So I bought a big piece of land initially, and I've got a few other like individual spots here and there. So I've got that one somewhat connected to this little pink area here. Got another one connected to another pink area over here. This one over here in the Arctic. My Mystic land isn't that good. I mean, it's over here. It's not far out on the edge, but it's not even close, not touching a road. But you know what? It's good. I mean, it's a Mystic land. I've got one set of forest land touching a river. Don't really know what that means in terms of playability. I don't know if we can even cross rivers at this point, but that's cool to know anyway. So that's what I've done, guys. That's my investment strategy. Again, like I usually don't invest at the initial stage at an auction or at a pre-sale, just because sometimes the hype kind of overkills or like it can make you overshoot your idea of how active this game is. But knowing Axie Infinity being a very active game over the last 1 year, you can see here that if you go to nonfungible.com, you can track that over the last 24 hours has been $2,300 transacted. Past week has been 16,000. Past month, 60,000 USD. Pretty decent volume. Very kind of like people play this pretty frequently. And also another thing that I do frequently to figure out whether or not games are as what you'd say as active is I keep an eye on how many people are joining their Discord on a daily basis. So you can see here that today, so far, it's not even 12 a.m. yet. And there's been, I would say, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, about 50 people that have joined just today. And it has not even 12 a.m. yet. And before that, there's been like so many join as well. I like to see every day how many people are joining. And now, is this volume coming from just the land sale? So we got to go all the way back and see how many people were joining before. So in this space here, on January 14th, say about 10 to 12 people joined. Maybe 10 people joined on January 13th, maybe 7 or 8. What's this? 10, 15 people joined on January 11th, 12th. Okay, let's roll all the way back. How did we go all the way back? Let's say when Axie or the market was a little bit more quiet. Last year December, let's say November 26th. Okay, there's quite a lot of people there. 5, 10. So what I like to see, guys, is just consistent people joining the Discord, because that shows that there's consistent interest and growth amongst the Axie Infinity Discord and just generally the game. Okay, and I do know that they've got a pretty big mod team, big community development team, and a lot of people that continuously talk in the Discord in general channel. I'm always keeping an eye on that, making sure it's active, making sure there's a lot of activity, a lot of discussions going on, because there's more discussions going on, the more I like to see diehard fans of a game. If there's no diehard fans of a game that are so interested in it, that love to explore every element of it, then it's not a good game. But I've seen that with Axie Infinity with a lot of players. There's been some players that have spent 200 Ethereum on land, on the land sale. So there's plenty going on there. If you were to compare this with, say, something like Gods Unchained, which I know is definitely making moves, and a lot of people are getting involved in this. Let's see if there's a welcome community site. No, is there like a welcome channel? Introductions? Is that where we can see people joining? Okay, let's see. We can compare this to something like Gods Unchained, which are doing 5, 10, maybe 12 on Jan 24th so far. Maybe 20. Wow, it's quite a lot actually. January 22nd, maybe 30 that day. Maybe 12 on January 21st, 15, 20, 25 on January 20th. So there's a lot happening with Gods Unchained as well. So again, I like to see people consistently joining these discords. That shows me that these are growing, and I need to keep my eye on them. So at the moment, I'm keeping my eye on Axie Infinity, Gods Unchained. Ember Sword seems promising, but they're yet to hold any kind of a pre-sale. Chain Breakers are doing quite well. Obviously, Decentraland, CryptoKitties. I've always got my eyes on them just to see what they're doing because they've got a pretty good investment. You know, they definitely have a lot of plans to come. But generally, the market's pretty quiet in the cryptoverse, so it's good to see there is a bit of interest and FOMO, a bit of hype around certain things. Seems to be in the blockchain gaming industry. That's where my eyes are at the moment. Anyway, guys, just a really quick cover of the Axie Infinity land sale, my strategy behind it, and you know, I like to participate in land sales just because there's so much hype under and just around ownership of land. Like owning land in a world gives you some form of an investment piece in the world and the success of the game. So let's see how this one goes. Ciao, bye.